Welcome to PVT Express News. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any new videos. And now, here's today's content. The night had all the ingredients of a spectacle: flashing cameras, couture fashion, and a guest list filled with global stars. But what unfolded went far beyond a typical fashion event. When Xukai and Tansongyun stepped into the same frame, something shifted. It wasn't loud or dramatic. It didn't need to be. The impact was immediate and undeniable. A sleek car rolled to a stop. The door opened, and Xukai emerged first, composed and effortlessly elegant in a suit that balanced boldness with restraint. Moments later, Tansongyun followed. That's when the atmosphere changed. Observers, both present and online, noticed it instantly. Their outfits were nearly identical in color palette. Not coincidentally similar, but harmoniously aligned, like two carefully chosen notes in the same chord. Fashion insiders were quick to react. In a world where every shade, every cut, every detail is deliberate, such coordination rarely happens by accident. This wasn't just styling, it felt like communication. They walked side by side, not touching, not performing. Just in sync. Their pace matched naturally, their presence aligned without effort. Xukai occasionally turned his head slightly, as if checking in. Tansongyun responded with a subtle smile, small, controlled, yet full of awareness. It was the kind of interaction that doesn't scream for attention but quietly commands it. Within minutes, clips of their arrival flooded social media. Hashtags surged. Fans dissected every second, every glance, every fraction of movement. For longtime followers, this wasn't just another appearance, it felt like a turning point. Years of speculation, of reading between the lines, suddenly seemed to converge into one moment that felt almost too intentional to dismiss. The setting itself added weight to the scene. The Gucci show in Milan is no small stage. It's a global spotlight where image is everything and subtlety often carries more power than spectacle. Their joint appearance alone would have drawn attention, but their undeniable connection became the real headline. Inside the venue, the energy only intensified. Conversations hushed into whispers. Guests stole glances, some even checking their phones to keep up with the online frenzy already unfolding. Xukai and Tansongyun were no longer just attendees, they had become the center of gravity in the room. Seated in the front row, they maintained that same careful distance, not too close, not too far. A balance that somehow felt more intimate than overt affection. Occasionally, Xukai leaned ever so slightly toward her, as if sharing a quiet thought. Tansongyun would respond with a soft expression, a near-invisible smile that nonetheless spoke volumes. Meanwhile, the runway show began. Models walked, lights shifted, designs captivated, but for many, the real story wasn't on the catwalk. Cameras kept returning to the pair, capturing moments that were instantly uploaded, replayed, and analyzed by millions. At one point, a model appeared in an outfit strikingly similar in tone to what Xukai and Tansongyun were wearing. The coincidence, or perhaps coordination, sparked another wave of speculation. Was this all part of a larger narrative? A carefully orchestrated visual story? Or simply a moment where aesthetics aligned perfectly with chance? As the evening unfolded, their interactions grew more natural. There was no sense of performance, no visible effort to hide or exaggerate anything. And that, perhaps, was what made it so compelling. Authenticity, especially in an industry built on image, is rare. And here it was, quietly unfolding in real time. Outside, fans gathered in growing numbers, hoping for another glimpse. When the show ended and the pair re-emerged, the atmosphere erupted into controlled chaos. Cameras flashed relentlessly. This time, they walked slightly closer than before, a small shift, but one that didn't go unnoticed. Their expressions had softened. Xukai smiled more freely. Tansongyun seemed at ease, her calm presence almost contagious. They didn't rush. They moved as if they understood the significance of the moment, that every second would be replayed, reinterpreted, remembered. Then, just as simply as it began, it ended. They stepped back into the same car. The door closed. The lights, the noise, the crowd, all left behind. But the story didn't end there. In fact, that's when it truly began. Because what lingered wasn't just what people saw, it was what they felt. The absence of any official statement only deepened the intrigue. No confirmation. No denial. Just silence. In a world where celebrities often rush to clarify, this quiet restraint felt almost intentional. Was it strategy? Was it sincerity? Or was it simply two people choosing to let a moment exist without explanation? Whatever the truth may be, one thing is certain, that night changed something. It reshaped how the world saw them, not just as individuals, but as a possibility. It wasn't about declarations or grand gestures. It was about presence. Timing. Subtle alignment. The kind of connection that doesn't need words to be understood. A night in Milan. A shared arrival. A synchronized step. And a story that continues to unfold one quiet moment at a time. Please join the discussion. Feel free to leave comments. Welcome to my channel. Thank you all.